Studio Ponoc is back for an all-new animated film, The Imaginary, on Netflix. So today, let's see if this film is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Netflix. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up-and-coming content. Rudger, an imaginary boy born from the imagination of a young girl named Amanda, learns he will disappear if Amanda forgets him. He arrives in a town where imaginary friends who have been forgotten by humans live. Studio Ponoc hasn't released anything in a while. Their first film, Mary and the Witch's Flower, had a lot of potential as it felt like it was going to be something reminiscent of Studio Ghibli, as people who worked on Mary and the Witch's Flower had worked on previous Studio Ghibli films. And then they had a collection of shorts called Mada's Heroes, and that's been it since then. So I was very excited for The Imaginary and the return from Studio Ponoc. This is a very deep film that feels like it's an upgrade from the movie If, as it deals with your imaginary friends and the importance of them and the relationships that you develop along the way. As you have parents who don't fully believe that you have imaginary friends and it's all make-believe, but they are there with you and they're there during the hardships and emotional times as a child. And I feel like as an adult, you could watch this movie and the movie If by John Krasinski and easily relate to those characters and what they're going through and how these characters are using their imaginary friend to help them deal with all of the emotional things within their lives. We have this young girl, Amanda, whose best friend is an imaginary friend, Rudger. And Rudger learns that if she forgets about him, that he will disappear. He eventually does venture to a town where other imaginary friends do live, and these are ones that people have forgotten about their imaginary friends, or they're waiting to make friends with a person. There's a lot of deeper themes to this movie compared to other animated films I have seen recently, as it deals a lot with grief and trauma and hardships along the way, and how young children have a lot on their plate and how they are able to cope with things. There's a lot in here that feels very emotional towards Amanda as she is struggling, and she uses Rudger as a way to cope with all of that and have exciting adventures. And we see those adventures play out through her imagination with her and Rudger, and they have a lot of fun. And she really wants people to believe that she really wants people to believe that Rudger is real and Rudger is her best friend. So we have a lot of story given to Amanda and also building on the importance of Rudger and their relationship. Studio Ponoc uses soft colors to bring the animation to the screen, even though there are some darker themes and heavy moments within here. It never ventures into darker, harsher colors for this film. So those soft outlines and soft colors does bring a sense of warmness to the film, and it is often relaxing to look at. The thrilling adventures that the characters go on throughout their imagination at times is just fun and meant to be harmless, but then at times as you get deeper into the story, that is where it is more important and urgent for our characters, as Rudger fears being forgotten and there is more at stake as the film does progress. But you get to that middle half of the film, it does lose its pace just a little bit, and I'm not as invested in Amanda's story. Once we get Rudger and all the other imaginary characters, it does take some time to establish the world that they're in, some rules that they have for being an imaginary friend, and it kind of takes on a little bit too much in the middle half of the film, but does pick up at the end and becomes thrilling, emotional, and very genuine as well. So The Imaginary, I think I like it a little more than Mary and the Witch's Flower. It does have a lot of realistic tones to it for Amanda and Rudger, and looking at their relationships and how important it is for a young kid to rely on an imaginary friend when you have parents that don't listen to you and you have no one to communicate with. This film does a great job diving deep into that aspect of it and how important imaginary friends are, and once you forget about them, it can be very heartbreaking in a transition for you as you get older. But you have a lot of soft colors, beautiful styles to the animation, thrilling scenes, and a lot of quick pace and a lot of quick action scenes towards the end of the film. This is a very impressive Netflix animated film that was released in in theaters and it is seeing its release on Netflix. It is stunning to look at, and as an adult that I don't remember having an imaginary friend as a kid, I think a lot of people can relate to this movie, see themselves within these characters, and easily relate to their storyline and the troubles that they're going through. I highly recommend checking out The Imaginary on Netflix. Beautifully animated film with very genuine relationships and great characters that you just want to focus on. So before I give you my score for The Imaginary on Netflix, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. In fact, to see where The Imaginary ranks amongst all the other 2024 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give The Imaginary a B+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for The Imaginary, the new Studio Ponoc film. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.